Kelvin, if we could start off just with the defensive play that you guys did tonight.
That was our focus coming into this game. This program's is built on the shoulders of kids that competed. It's taking this team. This is not the team that started the season. This team started their season early January. So this team's been together for about 3 weeks, and we've had to figure out how we were going to win. But who we are as a program can't change. Playing hard on defense, rebounding, 50-50 balls. That's what the foundation is. Now the other stuff that comes with that, what all these guys can do. We try to obviously take advantage of our guys' strengths. We try to play to their strength. But I thought tonight, first half and second half, it was probably defensively the best this team has played. Now, in November and December we had some games like this, but this team has not done that, and tonight they did. So I was really proud of the effort at both ends of time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Fabian, at the end, as the seconds were ticking off and they made the announcement that you became the Fertitta Center's all-time winningest player and your teammates sort of embraced you, can you just describe that? And then Kelvin, can you talk about just what a milestone like that means for a guy like Fabian who's been around and been through a lot with you?
It's just a blessing. When Coach Sam was recruiting me, he was talking about how he's going to change the program around, how we're going to start winning. And it's just good to see it all unfold. I couldn't do this without my teammates or Coach Sam or the rest of the coaching staff. So it's always a blessing, but now we got to move on to the next game.
Yeah, well, I think there's a bigger goal for Fabian that's out there. I don't think his goal is to be the winningest player in Fertitta. He wants to be the winningest player in the history of the school. That's the goal. This is just one of those milestones along the way to something bigger and better. But it's not a coincidence that it's Fabian that did it. Because you can describe him with that. He's a winner. He's been on some really good teams, like he said, his teammates, coaches. But the name on the front of Fabian's jersey says Houston. So I don't even know what is our winning streak here. 30-something, right?
Oh, no, here 36
in a row. Yeah. So yeah, and hopefully somebody behind Fabian comes along and breaks it too. So, but just proud of everything that Fabian stands for, not just as a basketball player, but as a person as well.
Next question, Chris. Go ahead. My brother's right behind you, Chris.
Reggie, how's your hand feeling, and how are you getting better as the season progressing?
I'm just getting a lot better. I just, I do treatment every day to work on it, but it's getting a lot better.
Kelvin, with this team, in terms of Kyler, and when you have guys fall, go off and other guys have to rise up, have you seen that in him, just whether it's internally or just practice out here, just in terms of what he's sort of taken up on, not maybe put it on his shoulders a little bit more?
I don't think that's the intent. I think sometimes we're a ball movement team. We're not a ball dominant team. A lot of the time the ball finds him, and that's a credit to his teammates. We didn't run it. I don't think we ran any plays for Kyler tonight. The ball just found him. We would run plays for the two guys I ran the most plays for tonight was probably Josh and Tajay, directed the ball. We started the game off going to Fabe. We scripted about 3 or 4 things early in the game where we directed the ball. But I don't think we ran one play for Kyler. So, when the ball moves, it'll find the open guy. And Kyler's been shooting it well. He's also put in the time and work. You know, like the next game, Fabian may make 3 or 4 threes. It's good to see Ramon make one tonight. But I don't think Kyler's taking it on his shoulder, but you can see his confidence. He's taking shots that earlier in the year, Marcus was taking those shots. Last year, Quentin took those shots. Before that, Armani took them. Corey took them. There's a reason we win a lot. We have guys that we've had really, really good players here. But Kyler, because of those guys that came before him, their success is part of the reasons why he chose to come here too. But the strength of our team is not one player. We're kind of like the wolf pack. Strength of our strength is the pack. And we have a good team, and we have to just continue to work to get better. I thought we got better. We're better today than we were this time last week before. People that don't know anything about competitive athletics tend to put peers after things way before they should. As the season goes on, whether it's a win or a loss, it's a comma. It's not a period. The goal is to get better. And we're better today than we were after Temple or at South Florida or at Tulsa or at South Florida. So you can't draw conclusions. You shouldn't. I certainly don't. I look at things, sometimes I look at them abstractly, and sometimes I look at them, as far as these guys are individually. But, we got good players and we got great kids. And it's a joy to be around them every day, but this is one game. There's no coronation here. We got a big game next Saturday. As soon as I get done answering these questions and I'm driving home tonight, I'm on to Central Florida. I have zero interest in discussing this game.
Go back to that. Chris, go ahead.
Coach, how has Josh improved defensively and, being in position for those blocks and, having that anticipation?
One of the things that we work with our guys on, especially our guys in the paint, is be the second guy off the floor. Don't be the first guy off the floor is usually a foul or it's because of a shot fake. When you're the second guy off the floor, that means you stand down on shot fakes and you're exerting some kind of discipline. Discipline. Vance Jackson had 35 points against Cincinnati. 35. He wasn't off tonight. He was guarded. There's a difference. We challenged Fabian on him. In the 1-3 he made, Fabian actually was supposed to have some help on that because I think Fabian was in a coverage call and he popped out. And then by the time he got there, he ran by him and he made the 3, but give him credit, a tough shot. But he was a big part of the game plan was to keep him off the 3-point line, and we needed to improve our 3-point shooting defense. And I thought we were better at that. But I thought our ball pressure was better tonight. And we turned them over. When we can turn teams over, I think we scored 17 points off their turnovers, and we scored 19 points off of our misses. Those are unscripted points that we have to have.
Back to Joseph.
Fabian, since you've been here, in the winning and the Fertitta Center, what is it about? I mean, you've had great teams, but what is it about this place that you guys have, you want to establish a home court, and you guys certainly have done that, but is there a common denominator, to feed off the crowd? I mean, you guys are packing it in. What is it about this place?
It's probably just the fans always consistently probably selling out the games and coming with great energy, coming with all the love and support that we need to play hard and play for the city. So we just need that to continue, and hopefully we can continue winning.
Kelvin, could you talk about your defense? They had school record lows for field goals made, field goal percentage. I believe it's the lowest. I'm told it's the lowest points opposition scored against Kelvin Sampson team since you've been here. What do you think about your defense?
Well, we've had some tough nights shooting where we missed a ton of open shots, and the other team took the credit for their defense. Our defense shut them down, in reality, couldn't make a shot. Some nights that happens. You know, I always get a kick out of people say your zone defense shut them down. If you don't make a shot, you get shut down. You know, they had some looks tonight. They just didn't make them. But our kids also were well prepared. We knew exactly how we wanted to pressure them. We have tape all over the floor in practice. You know, a piece of tape means a lot to us. Pick up point line. You know, or monster. What was up? You know, we got. I probably shouldn't be giving up all of our trade secrets, but you know, everything for us has a purpose. I thought the things that we emphasized after the South Florida game, we took Wednesday off, and then we had great practices Thursday, Friday, and then this morning. We were from about 11:30 to 12:30 today. But our kids went into the game doing exactly what they needed to do. The Newton kid had 27 the other night against UCF. Jackson had 35 against Cincinnati. I can go down the list. I mean, not Frank, started at South Carolina last year. He's averaging 12 points a game. I mean, this is a good team. I think they're the number one offensive team in the league in conference play. So, but we just challenged our guys, had a good plan. They executed. And sometimes the records like you talk about, you don't ever set out for that. They just happen. But, you know, we played them again, they may get 70. Better not, but they might. Who knows?
Go back to Chris.
Fabian, you know, after the injuries and, you know, the team sort of changed, did you guys talk about how defense would have to be even, already is, but even more of a calling card? Was there any, you know, thought of that?
Well, Coach Sam already preached defense, and the culture is already defense. But yeah, we had to pick it up because Mark led the team in steals, so we've been missing a big part of the defense with that. But we all just had to play harder and really come into bigger positions and figure it out so we can keep winning.
Maybe is it a goal of yours to become the winningest player in UH pro history?
Yeah, it's a goal, but I feel like it's inevitable because we just all just trying to, everybody on the team trying to win. So if it comes, it comes. I mean, when it comes, but that's not the main goal. Our main goal is something way bigger than that. So we just got to get it done.
Kelvin, on your 3-point defense, you know, you've obviously lost some guys that were a big part of that. But as you retool or you know, mix and match who you, how do you sustain that? Or when you say get improved with the bodies that you have, is there, you know, as simple as going through practice or?
No, well, I mean, I don't remember what game it was. We had 3 straight games where a team banked a 3 in at the end of the shot clock. It's 1 for 1. Great defense. It just banked it in. I mean, that happened to us 3 straight times, 3 straight games. I don't remember which game it was, but a lot of times it's like hitting a ball on the fat part of the bat. I mean, you killed it, but you hit it right at shortstops. 0 for 1. You know, we play great defense. Our defense in front of 3-point lines has been a little bit better than our stats say, because teams have made a lot of tough shots late in the shot clock. You know, that's happened to us a lot this year. Last year, those balls were missed. This year, they go in. Last year's stats look better than this year, but I don't get. My goal, well, my job is to make sure we're doing things the right way, and the accountability that goes along with that is important. But you can do everything right on defense. The ball can still go in, especially, you know, Kyler had a lot of wide open shots tonight, but he had a couple where they had a hand all in his face. The ball goes in, he says, that's good defense. Well, maybe he just missed it. You know, they had a couple wide open shots like they just missed. And then we had the ball hand in the face with everything right, and they missed. They both count the same. That's why statistics sometimes can get skewed. East Carolina is a lot better. I mean, they've got a good team this year. Don't judge us off this game, and certainly don't judge them. You know, I have a lot of respect for Joe Dooley and those kids. You know, they're having a great year. They're up 20 on Central Florida the other day, and Central Florida, I think, made 9 out of 10 threes. They beat Memphis. I think they were, I don't know, what was their record in the conference? They were 2-2 when they beat Memphis, and had they won the other night, they'd have been 3-2 in the league if they could just held on to that game. So they've been playing well. You know, they've had they lost a couple tough games in non-conference to good teams, and you can tell that their program's taking a step forward, and that's after losing arguably the best player Joe's had since he's been there, and Jalen Gardner. You know, they're better this year than they were last year. It was just one of those nights for them. You know, we're not as good as we played probably, and they're not nearly as bad as they played. So one team starts playing downhill and the other team starts playing uphill, something like tonight can happen.